Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Well, Todd and Julie Chrisley are in their prison, serving their time, just starting. They went on the 17th was their intake date. And Todd went to the FPC Pensacola in Florida. He still went to the same place, but Julie was rerouted. She went to FMC Lexington, Kentucky. And that is a medical center where many people who have medical issues, who are in federal lockup, will seek medical treatment at a facility that it will also house them, but also treat them. But apparently there is no health issue that she has, even though some people had speculated that her breast cancer had reoccurred. But that seems to not be the story. I don't know the reason why she was rerouted there, but when I was researching for this video, I didn't know that she had she had a double mastectomy, and I wasn't aware of that. And she was only 39 years old when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had a double mastectomy in 2012. And that is incredibly young, really young to have breast cancer. I think only 5% of people under the age of 40, women under the age of 40, get breast cancer. So she happened to be in that 5%, unfortunately, and she opted to have a double mastectomy. The doctor recommended a lumpectomy, but she didn't want to do that. She was afraid of it coming back. And since it hadn't gone into her lymph nodes, she did not have to have chemo, so she did not lose her hair. And this is the same thing that Angelina Jolie did. She had a double mastectomy because, well, with her, she wasn't diagnosed with breast cancer, but she did have the breast cancer gene that was in her family history. And Julie has no family history of breast cancer, but she was afraid of it coming back or becoming aggressive, and she didn't want to gamble with her life, so she chose to do that. And she also had reconstructive surgery, which I think that's such a hard thing to go through. I cannot imagine. And women identify so much with a lot of I guess parts of our bodies, our hair, our I guess feminine parts of our body, and maybe our makeup, our hair, the way that we're able to wear clothing styles. If you have a larger top area, sometimes it can be hard to be fitted. And then sometimes if you're flat or have less, you tend to not look the particular or way that society thinks a woman should look. And so a lot of women opt for the reconstructive surgery. And I think that's such a subjective thing. It's in the way that you see yourself and the way that you feel comfortable with your body. I've known women that have had double mastectomies and they did not get the reconstructive surgery. And I think some of it was due to the cost, and some just didn't, it didn't affect them quite as much. But I do know that it did have an effect on, I've met one person that, was very consumed with it, and that it was something that she just couldn't live without. And it really gave her this empty feeling, I guess, the way she described it. And so a lot of women opt to have that reconstructive surgery after breast cancer or a double mastectomy for whatever reason. And the one thing that I would say that I'm, I guess, impressed with was with Todd and the way that he treated her and the way that he dealt with this. He was really just a true soldier, and just really, I'm just incredibly impressed with it. Julie gave an interview describing, how he helped her and everything that he did, that he was normally a very sensitive guy to blood or medical procedures or anything like that. That he had passed out whenever she was having children, giving birth to their children, and he couldn't even have blood drawn without passing out. And I'm kind of like that too. I get very weak stomach, very weak. I don't do well with medical things like that. Even getting a shot makes me woozy, and I can't stand it. And she said that he did so well, really mentally, not just, I mean, he was really, he cleaned her, or helped with her dressing and everything that she had to do, which is, can be demoralizing when you have to take off the bandages and take a shower and do something like that. That he totally was telling her it was okay, everything is all right. And I find that to be, I mean, just, I can't say enough about, a man that can do that. Because a lot of men, it changes their perspective of a woman, and it changes the way that they see you, and even changes the feelings that they have for you sometimes. But she said that this incident really strengthened their marriage, and just really, I don't know, I see him in a different light now, because before, I didn't really watch the show. I think I watched it 2 times, and I only watched like a small portion of one show, and maybe, I don't even remember, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of another show. But I remember one thing, that he was just very pushy and demanding, and he was a micromanager. And I was kind of put off by that, so I didn't really enjoy the show at that point. I was just, I don't know, I just didn't pay enough time or attention to the show, and I never watched it again. But then I would see little clips on YouTube, and occasionally I'd see things, I don't know, in the news or on TV about these two. And I think your character, it really comes out in a crisis. And for Todd, for this, it really did come out, in a big, strong way, that he really showed his true character towards his family, and how he feels for his wife, his kids. This was something that affected not just Julie, it also affected him too. And she said he was incredibly strong in this time for her, and I really respect him for that. That shows something, that you see different facets of people's character, and especially on these reality TV shows. Here he is sitting in a prison cell. He broke the law. I kept saying allegedly, and people kept telling me in the comments, it's not alleged anymore. They've been convicted. So they are convicted criminals, convicted felons, and they have that on their record. But sometimes your character, it's drawn within you, like in a moment of crisis, like I said. And so sometimes you do make mistakes, you do bad things, you do things wrong. But the core of who you are, that really is deep within you. You can break laws, you can do, not follow the rules, not, be the best coloring inside the lines, But the type of person that you truly are, the core of you, it will come out in, like I say, a moment of crisis. And that shows your true colors of the type of person that you are, of the character that you have. So that kind of goes, hand in hand. That makes up a total person's character and personality is, your actions show a lot about you. They may have been arrogant, and they may have made a huge mistake trying to get away with this money scheme. It didn't work for them. But, I did find one light of goodness, throughout this situation, researching all this. And I had no idea about this. For a lot of people, other people may not have known, that she had breast cancer before. This was before they started the reality TV show. I think it was a couple of years, 1 or 2 years maybe, before they even started on the reality TV show. And I don't know if they talked about it on there. As I said, I really didn't watch the show, but they may have talked about it. I don't know. But this shows, there's people are very complex. You know, they may do something wrong and they may do something incredibly right. So, you know, take what you can get from it. And, well, thank you for coming to my channel, and like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll get back to you again. Thank you.